sights on a brand new beginning. A steady rhythm will hold me to the shore. I've got my sights on a brand new beginning. A steady rhythm will hold me to the shore.
I've been feeling just a little bit low. Got to get back to the show and we'll fly. You don't have to feel like you're on your own. No one should have to dance alone, not tonight. You and me, we're gonna write a little history. You and me, just show me love and then you'll see. Memories that we make, they are never gonna fade for a lifetime. We don't give no shade if you wanna ride away. We just have you trying to play. Second feels up in the memory bank. I've been looking for somebody to make memories in the bank forever in time. There's no reason to be hard to find, 'cause we've already lost our mind. You and me, we're gonna write a little history. You and me, just show me love and then you'll see. Memories that we make, they are never gonna fade for a lifetime. We don't give no shade if you wanna ride away. We just have you trying to play. Second feels up in the memory bank.
Tanks, he is the hero. Yevny, oh dear, showing the back to Ambition. Oh no, he received a shot, now he's a one shot. Oh dear, Yevny, can he survive? It's the $1 million question now, can he survive? He race. Oh my god, oh no, he found a whoopsie, he found a, oh no.
Good evening once again. It's the Money Blaster final stage, day 2 of all the games. In the final stage, 3 teams remain. They are Serenity, Immortals, and First Alliance. Tonight we're going to follow only one fixture, and that is Serenity versus Immortals. As you know, Serenity is riding high currently, they're condemning First Alliance to the lower bracket first round. From a 1-3 deficit to win a 4-3, and those games were really great to watch. I can't recommend highly enough of those games, but this is not the main point tonight. Tonight, the reason why we are starting early is because we will have an interview with Tron Crew very soon from Immortals, and we will talk more about that later. But in the studio, the probably not so broken studio, we have Fujit with me once again, co-commentating the matches. Hello, Fujit.
Hello. You sure you didn't break our studio? I heard you breaking it early on APAC. That's why I'm quite concerned that our studio has been wrecked by you throwing your microphone and iPad all over the place. Crazy thing that you are.
No, it's fine at the moment. Okay, it's fine. So while we wait for the interview, so let's actually talk a little bit about the tournament format for those of you who haven't. Sorry?
Yeah, definitely. No, definitely, because I think people need to know this is the upper bracket final.
Yes, this is the upper bracket final, so we are going to begin. For the tournament format, currently, as you can see on the screen, we are going to follow the fixture number. We're going to follow fixture number 3. Fixture number 5 and 6 will be streamed tomorrow. So tonight there will be only one fixture to follow. If you're familiar with the tournaments in this game, then you know what it means by double elimination for 4 teams. So if you don't know, what does it mean by double elimination?
It means they have to play twice.
Well, in simple terms, kind of yes, but in more detailed terms, the team will be eliminated from this tournament when they lose 2 fixtures in the bracket. Except the grand final. The grand final, if you lose the grand final once, then you will get the second place, and that's how it works here. So these are the maps tonight. We will begin. I believe these are the wrong maps for some reason. The maps should be. Let me load it up on the other side. Very quickly. The maps tonight will be Canal, Middleburg, Alpenstadt, and Helles. So the screen you saw was incorrect. So what I said is correct, so remember that. Timeline, 21st of February to 25th of February will be the dates for Money Blaster Final, and the prize pool will be $10,000. Only one match, only one fixture tonight, and these are the rosters for Serenity and Immortals, also known as 2137. They are fine with being called both. Right. Thanks for my donation sites, and have a good evening. So, right, what do Fujit? What do you expect from tonight's games?
I expect some very hard fought-out battles. To be fair, and I don't know. I mean, like I said yesterday, I haven't seen Immor play. I've seen Serenity play, but I haven't seen Immor play. And Immor really did hurt Loka and Endgame. So I'm interested to see that. And I'm thinking that this is going to be a big tussle between these 2 clans today.
Yeah, I agree with you. I can't wait to see Immortals. I have a brief look at the games from Immortals versus Loka. Immortals looked really strong with the kind of the focus fire discipline and how they move. So against Serenity, this is going to be a fantastic game to watch, and I will get Tron Crew here very soon.
Yeah, it's my time to say something. Hello.
Hello. I was about to message you.
Yeah, I
He was about to send you a message saying, "Are you coming?"
No. I was attempting to say you can join this channel now anytime, but you were quicker than me. So hello, crew. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing great.
Are you excited about tonight's matches against Serenity?
Yeah, of course I am. Like, we've prepared some interesting tactics. We prepared some interesting things. You'll see.
On to you, Fujit.
As I said, I'm sorry, my friend. I haven't actually seen Immor in any of this series. I mean, the first opening games I was playing for Vale, and then I haven't streamed you guys. I was streaming Jones, so I haven't seen you. But you've taken some big scalps along the way. You effectively put the curse of doom onto Endgame, and then you trumped Loka yesterday. I mean, how does that make you as a team feel? It must make you feel really, really warm and gooey inside.
Yeah, obviously, like you don't know how good I am right now. But you see, because the case is like myself, and I don't think any of us would expect that we're gonna make it so far. We were happy when we actually joined like top 8. But
Well, I
still,
said to
like,
Jack yesterday that you guys are a little bit silent but deadly. You sort of come in under the wire a little bit, and everybody's sort of been focused on other teams, and you've silently made your way up by taking the big boys out.
I mean, we did decently. I have to agree. That was our 2 days. Like we played. I think we played decent. Our rotation were on point, and we managed to take 2 wins, 2 very important wins.
Endgame. Yeah, I like the way you say 2 very important wins. I mean, Endgame has been like dominant on the EU server for so long, and you took them out, and you say, "Oh, yeah."
I believe it's like it's all about the maps and
Yeah.
about our strat that we managed to implement. Like the first game with versus EG, we just took like random tanks and we tried to just rush them, so they're gonna underestimate us. It kinda went over to when we played with T1L when we almost lost because we kinda. I'm explaining that we kinda didn't manage to stop the fake. Like we're still in the mood of just rushing, but we kinda managed to pull it through. And
Well,
then
before I pass you back over to Jack, I have one question, only one question. If, and we're streamers, so we love tiebreakers. It may not go that far, but if it does go to tiebreaker, the map is Halas. What are your thoughts on that?
I would say my thoughts.
I love that
Let me
reaction.
say,
Oh,
I can tell like 95% of the maps in this game are complete trash. But let's maybe not focus on one, okay? Like right now to play right now to play competitive, you need 3 tanks. Like
I like your style, my
diversity
friend.
and stuff.
Oh, brilliant. I'll pass you back over to Jack. Oh, that's made my day. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I had a look at some of your matches yesterday against Loka. I'm very impressed of your match against Loka on the first game of Normandy, which I saw that your team is at a hit point pool disadvantage, but then suddenly, coming out of nowhere, you figure out a way to pincer Loka and actually regain the hit point pool lead. That tank is the T100 LT. So was it kind of like planned beforehand, or did you kind of make it on the run? So maybe you can talk more about that match.
Like our plan to Loka, because it's like me and Pigula making tactics and being the big brains.
Right.
We are kind of watching, maybe not how they play exactly, but how they kind of what their style is, and we're trying to figure out how would they play. Obviously, like skill-wise, we just couldn't compare to them. Like they're better skill-wise, but what happened is I think we outplayed them tactically on like almost all maps, where the advantage was not really from our skill, but from our positions and from the way that they had to play into us.
Right. I mean, talking about that match. On Normandy, I'm not sure if you were involved.
You mean the match that we win with T22 medium, that basis that ticked over?
No, that was not. That was Normandy first match where you initially had the hit point disadvantage because Loka kind of got into positions to kind of got some of your tanks a bit lower in HP. But then there was that T100 LT coming from behind Loka near their spawn, and then you kind of did a pincer movement and Loka kind of seemed to lose quite a lot of hit points in that encounter. So I was thinking what was happening in your comms and whether that was kind of planned beforehand.
I was like, yesterday I was actually sitting in my job and I couldn't play. But
Right.
What I saw happened, like, definitely from the south of Normandy, The 12th position and overall the positions are, I would say, much better to actually defend the right side of the map.
Right.
And with investing just a little tanks there, you can really pincer a lot of forces from the enemy for super little cost.
True. And I mean that position. I think that was like there was a little bunker in the south.
Oh yeah, from the north spawn, you can actually put T-22 medium, and he can defend the entirely.
Yeah. This move. I saw it for some clans. I think the clan that I remember really clearly is Demo taking that position first. But I'm not sure if they are actually a clan doing this move, or is it, or if we have precedents for that. But
we've copied it from someone. It's not like we've discovered it.
Probably Demo, maybe, because that was
maybe.
because that was broadcast live on my stream before. I think it was summer, or was it spring? I forgot. But yeah, that position was really good. But I think the position I was talking about was the south spawn, closer to the west side in the beach side. And there's like a big ramp that is quite narrow, and then there's like a T100 LT, T100 LT that is causing a lot of nuisance to Luca, and I really like to see that. But apart from that, let's talk about the history of your clan. I mean, you have a lot to talk about how the clan was formed, isn't it?
The clan or the team? Because right now...
Oh, no, not the clan. Sorry, the team.
Yeah, because that's not... I would be the wrong person to actually talk about teamwork.
That's going to be Cougar, obviously.
The whole history of like a team is just closing to... Like, last season we made the top 8. Some players were unhappy, so we kind of split up the Timor team, and then Pigua came over and he told us, hey, let's make a Polish team. And we recruited some players that we knew. Like most of them were actually ex-Souls players, so we kind of knew each other and we just started playing. And it's not like that. I think with our team, it's not that the fact that we're like super broken, overpowered players. We're just like a bunch of guys that gets lost on the random, and usually just blame teams for losing, and then we just come together and there's like some kind of chemistry between us when we're playing, and it's actually cool to play with those guys. So overall, I think the main key is just the team that we actually built is quite strong, not because of every single player, but because of each player understanding. Pretty much each other, so how the other will react, what's the playstyle of someone.
I love the fact
let me
super broken. 45% of your team got over 70% win rate.
Okay, and then you've got. I will tell you the second most important reason why we're able to do what we're able to do. You know, the Russian tank named IS-7. It doesn't matter how good enemy player is. It doesn't matter how much penetration he's got. Like 25% of shots to the side of that tank will be bounced. Like, doesn't matter how you aim. If you're gonna aim to the middle, if you're gonna aim to the up, some of like the spot that you can actually pen in the middle and the spot above, like on the top of the IS-7 hull, they're just. I mean, this tank is broken now.
I do see a couple of bounces to that IS-7. I can understand the frustration of some players when that happens. I mean, certainly there are a couple of teams which struggle to penetrate the IS-7. So
we won 2 battles with EG because of IS-7 pen. So if that clans are EG, then
Right.
But it's just the case with RNG. And then you've just got the 2 other tanks, like 60TP and T100, and they're just strictly broken tanks with all the degrees of overpowered. Like, they just check every spot on the overpowered list.
Right, over to you, Fujit.
Well, he said everything there about the IS-7. I mean, what do you find about the T100 LT though? Is that being? I mean, we were talking yesterday about it replacing the Vickers, and then Loka went out and took a Vickers. obviously it didn't proceed. But I mean, do you think the T100LT is sort of, how can I put this? Is it a bit too powerful for the tournament circuit? And I say that because CIS the other day, I believe it was 7-star, and I don't know if it was their opponent as well, actually fielded 7 T100LTs in one game. And it was, they weren't memeing. They weren't memeing.
Yeah, I know. I watched it. I saw it too. Like the fact with T100LT, the only downside of that tank is that its gun depression is like not really great. But every single character of that tank, like you've got this like a crazy mobility, just like flying around. Then you've got really good gun that can hit on the move like nothing. Like Vickers cannot even imagine hitting that kind of shots. Then you've got the DPM that's also absurd. You've got the broken perk that pretty much just disallow movement of the opponent for 20 seconds if you just hit him, not even 10, I feel like. Then you've got the kind of, the turret armor and the armor overall. It's not really good, but the front plate kind of sometimes can bounce. Like the turret also can bounce, the gun mantlet can bounce, and then you've got just overall the tank is super small, and the fact that it's just hard to hit and pen at the distance with some guns, and all of that combined just makes it, I would say, the best medium tank and light tank right now.
I agree.
And then just one more question before I pass you back over to Jack. Do you think that we're going to see a move away from the heavy meta of the tournaments anytime soon? I mean, it's been there now for a long time, but I really can't see it since the HP buff, and since a few other bits and bobs like the IS-7 buff. I really can't see the likes of heavy meta not being a dominant force on the tournament circuit.
Yeah, of course, you can't really press medium and light tank meta on most of the maps because of how maps are actually created. They're just too small, and they promote trading too much, and putting pressure on opponents. And you can't really, unless you're really smart on some maps that allow it, you can't really put so much pressure front to front with light tank versus heavy tank. Just like camo doesn't really work in this game, you just get spotted when you shoot. Then the heavy will just shoot you for 600 and go back like 60 DP, and you don't even have a guarantee you're gonna pen him. Like the HP difference, and the fact that heavies are quite mobile, plus small maps means that the heavies will be the most dominant tanks. Just the way the maps in the game is played.
Yeah, that's gonna vastly upset Jack, who likes his mediums.
Well, I mean, the heavy meta has been here for quite some time, so so if I were to be upset, I would have been upset for years.
But you have. You always
that's why he's not playing competitive anymore.
Exactly. He always says, "Oh, I'm very disappointed they're not taking a medium."
Right. No, but I mean, we see a couple of really good light tank players nowadays. I mean, yesterday we saw, I forgot his name, signed with K in First Alliance. Lannister was really good in that tank. Yeah, and then I think there is also one from MFG. I mean, completely terrorizing the light tank player from Red Sea, I believe, and that was.
Yeah,
I mean, the light tank is obvious. Light tanks are obvious. The T100 LT now has a really important position in tournament gameplay. So, is that some kind of your emphasis in your training? Or maybe one of your players being that light tank player, or don't know, did your kind of your usual training routine change because of the T100 LT, the introduction of the T100 LT?
There are some maps that just give you advantage when you're playing light tank,
right?
And I believe that you see, because when you want to engage into playing more light tanks, it's just you have to have really, really skilled players that know what they're doing. And with our team, for example, we have skilled players, but they're not. Some of them, at least, that are in the main team, are not as experienced to just outplay good heavies, and that's the point. Like it's much easier to get into competitive while playing heavy, and just playing it good than it is to play light tank on some decent level. That's also, I think, the really big argument about why a lot of teams are not just spamming T100 LTs, because it can work. Like 7-star showed us how it can work, but I would say maybe not every single player, but most of the players are capable of just crazy moves and understand the map pretty well, and like all of that combined allow them to play it effectively.
Oh, I mean, 7-star obviously has some of the best players in the entire in the game across all the servers. So obviously, they should be able to make that work, because I think T100LT also suffers from, common for all mediums and lights, the penetration problem, which especially when you face the heavy tanks up front, that could be an issue. And then you have the hit points that you cannot lose too much if you want to win them.
Yeah, of course. Like I would strongly suggest Wargaming to reconsider the meta on the competitive side. Like, definitely nerf the top 3 tanks. Like, I don't know why Wargaming is making the moves they're doing. Like, just nerfing E5 to the ground, and then just introducing three broken tanks, because like 60 TP, then T100 and then like the buff on IS-7. I just don't get it. I think that if the Wargaming would reverse, for example, E5 nerf, heavy tank nerf, I believe there was a few more, like Kranwagen nerf and all of that stuff, the meta would be much more interesting. And maybe tone down a little bit the HP of heavies. Then we would see much more like rushes and aggressive plays.
Oh, yeah, I mean, E100, VK72, and 60 TP, I think they have similar guns. So correct me if I'm wrong on this, but I think 60 TP in a lot of areas are better than the two of the other tanks I mentioned. I mean, now it was announced that the VK72.01K will get that sandbag, so that could change a little bit. So I mean, if Wargaming is able to balance some of the tanks better, then maybe we can see more diversity. But at the moment, don't have a lot of choices. Let's put it this way.
Yeah, you just have the base 3 tanks, and then of course you're taking some 50Bs, mouse sometimes other tanks, but you just have the core of 3 tanks, and it's after a while it's just getting pretty annoying, you know, like just facing the same stuff.
Right. Fujit, do you have anything to add?
Well, the only other thing I've got to add is I'm dreading what the Japanese heavies and the Japanese heavy line will bring to the tournament scene, because we've not seen those yet. They're not even under test, I don't think, at this moment in time. And that's like another heavy tank that's coming into the fray. So, I mean, yes, they're balancing the VK line, because they are, with the tungsten shells as well as the other bits and bobs. But then we've got a new line coming in. So I don't think we're moving away from the heavy meta anytime soon. But as I said, I don't know about you guys on the tour circuit, but I'm interested to see what happens with these Japanese heavies, and if they are going to be tour meta, so to speak.
Yeah, interesting. What do you think?
I believe I saw the model, and it has like a cupola on top. If this cupola will be, I don't know if it's on the front or on the back side of the turret, but if it's gonna be sticking out, I believe this tank will have a hard time. That's just the thing.
Yeah, good point.
Right, so not going to leave you for too long. Hopefully, if you are with the team tonight, hopefully good luck to you and your team, and all the best.
All the best. Keep doing what you're doing. That's what you need to do. Just keep doing.
Of course, win. Let's go.
Exactly.
All right, guys. See you guys soon.
See ya.
See you later, my friend. Bye.
Bye. Right, so that was Crew from Immortals, really speaking about what's going to happen tonight, and talking about the meta in general. I mean, also.
I just want to stop you there before we move on. I think you need to clarify to the chat the giveaway instructions.
Yes, so this is different from yesterday. So the giveaway instruction is that you go to the unlisted video that is pinned in the live chat, and you make a comment there with your IGN and server, and there might be further instructions in that video. So have a look closely on that. After that, make sure you go back to the stream and enjoy the matches tonight. Hopefully everything's going to go smooth. And yeah, that's all I have to say about the giveaway. It will last until pretty much the end of the matches, so you have a lot of time. So make sure you're able to put a comment there.
Mm-hmm. Good.
All right.
That'll clarify a lot of things, because I've seen a lot of people saying, "Oh, do I have to guess the damage? Do I have to do this? Do I have to do that?" So thankfully, a lot of you now will know exactly what to do. Plus, he has already pinned it in his chat, so go read the pin message.
Yeah. So it's very simple. So anyhow, I mean, what you're saying at the moment is just replay from Serenity. I would really love to have Immortals replay here, but I haven't streamed them this tournament, so unfortunately you have to watch that. Yeah. So without further ado, I think the room will be up in around 5 minutes. I need to start the game, which I haven't.
We've only got one game tonight, though. That's right, isn't it, Jack? It's only one game. There's only one.
Yes,
fixture.
There is only one fixture.
And the winner of this fixture will secure their place in the grand final tomorrow. Whereas the loser doesn't go out; they get themselves into the lower bracket final for tomorrow.
Yep. And the winner of tonight will be in the top 2 spots at the very least, so they will get more monetary prizes. So good chance for them to kind of expand, not really expand, to get more money from Wargaming if they could win the match, the matchup tonight. Now I'm into the game. I'm not sure if I have anything to add, but hopefully tonight's chat will be civil, and I hope we will enjoy the games solely tonight. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say.
Totally. Everybody's having a go at me at the moment in the CC chat because I spoiled something. But
what did you spoil?
I spoiled that. I received a package and I thought it was something else. And I said, "Hey, I got my package," and it wasn't something else. It was something completely different.
Yeah, we will have a talk about. Well, we won't have a talk about this on the stream, obviously. We will have a word with you about that incident. Well, anyway, yeah, so it will be Immortals with Serenity. So Immortals, there is also an introduction written by Crew that is sent to me. So it's so pretty much he has summarized the reason, not the reason, but how this team is founded. So this is a different team from the Immortals team we saw in the autumn season, but it's quite similar to the team that is in the Blitz Premier Cup. So they consist of a lot of players from Souls and some other players to kind of fund their team or support their team. So you might see a lot of names. I can show you the roster. Well, I mean, that's a really good timing to kind of switch the screen now. Yeah, so you might you will see a lot of Okrutnik at the end of those names. That means cruel man in Polish, and I'm told that is related to a meme which I don't want to dig into. So yeah, so this is quite interesting, and yeah, they are also known as 2137, but they are fine to go by the name of Immortals or 2137. That's how they That's how they said it to me. Yeah, so they have been doing a lot of trainings, mainly focused on getting the tactical advantage over the opponents. So it's kind of similar to how Serenity plays against First Alliance, especially those last 3 wins. So 2 really tactical teams. Ooh, this is going to make some fun watching tonight, and I think we will learn a lot from the gameplay from these 2 teams, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, the map selection for today's games are interesting. To be fair, I mean we've got Canal.
Yeah.
Now Canal is always a strategically important map. It's all about bases normally, and previously we've seen them sort of leg it to a base and then bunker down. But recently we've been seeing more strats that have been super aggressive, getting over to the other side's sort of closest base first and foremost. We then have Middleburg, which is everybody go to the sea cap if you're in a random game. But we're now seeing more and more action in the city area with some rotations. Then we have Alpenstadt, which again is a lovely map. And then Hellas, as we discussed earlier. So we're going to see a lot of strategic gameplay from these 2 guys. And we're also going to see, I think, a lot of aggression. It's going to be fun. It will
be really nice. And I'm now in the room on Canal, and both teams are going to come in and get ready. Rolling Swarm is also streaming this match up. So so you will see 2 different perspectives. But anyhow, once again, giveaway is going to continue until pretty much the end of this fixture. So make sure you follow the instructions pinned in the chat. And really huge thank you for the moderators for showing up. There are a lot of moderators. Hi to all, and especially Eminet, who has been streaming streaming the Money Blaster final open and final stages pretty much. And yeah, excited to see you here. Really excited to see the games tonight, and hopefully you will all enjoy the amazing matches put out by these teams. And yeah, pretty much Immortals going for triple I7, a Concept 1B, VK90.01p, an M60 and T100 LT, and Serenity going for potentially a quintuple 62Ps, a T100 LT, and a Vickers Light. Oh.
Well, that could be interesting because Serenity are going off on the south spawn, and Immor are going off on the north spawn. And looking at Immor's lineup there, I mean, I suppose they could send the T100 LT over and the Concept over towards that A cap. I'm not sure. Whereas you could definitely send the Vickers and the T100 from Serenity's side to that A cap.
Yeah.
There's also that VK90 there in the Immor lineup. I mean, I can't see anywhere other than the middle area that's going to go. I mean, what with its side scraping capabilities rather than its gun depression.
VK pretty much is all about the side scraping capability. Actually, I was a bit shocked that VK wasn't becoming that meta tank. I think at one point I thought like the nerf of one of the heavy tanks, I believe is the IS4, would make VK 90.01p relevant to the meta, but it seems that there are not a lot of clans taking that tank, and that is really interesting because VK has some decent armor, has actually really good mobility, and the gun was okay, not too bad. So you would expect the VK to take some positions in that in the current meta, but no, it isn't. What do you think about this tank in the current meta?
I think it's an interesting... I mean, it is a side-scraping demon, but as we heard earlier, the IS-7 is just a perfect tournament tank at the moment. The IS-7 is basically... it's a combination of the E5 and the IS-4, let's be honest. It's got good mobility, unlike the IS-4. It doesn't have the best ability like the E5 did. It's got a pretty decent reload. and it's got trolley armor. It's like that middle ground. So I can see why the VK90 is kind of not the meta, but you can use that VK90 in certain circumstances. For example, think along the lines of Oasis Palms, where you, instead of sending a mouse into that B cap area to overlook, you can send a VK90 and just side scrape all day in it, to be honest with you. But other than that, it's a situational tank, I think. I think it's meta, but it's situational. A bit like the mouse is a situational tank in tournaments.
Yep. Right, we only have 20 seconds to go. First match on Canal. Really excited to see the strategic play from both teams. I think we are up for a show. Let's go in very soon. Immortals from the north spawn and Serenity from the south spawn. Let's move in. I wonder if I actually got the transition.
Are you going to log in this time?
No,
well,
I got
for you again.
I got the wrong transition. I apologize.
That's a nice, that's a different transition.
so please forgive me. I will quickly change that. For some reason I forgot, but anyway, it will be really quick. We'll be in very soon. Okay, there we go. Hopefully you haven't missed much on the stream, but are we into the match already?
We are now.
Oh no.
I only just started, Jack. You got plenty.
Okay, that means I'm not missing a lot because I'm now in the game. We're seeing Immortals red team going mostly to D and Serenity as well. So this could be a big fight, or maybe not, because Kenyotsu is trying to reset C, but Serenity is capping onto both sides of C, so it will be really hard to reset.
Absolutely, and I'd expected the VK90 to go in a different place, but it isn't, and it's there, so, you know, can't say much about that.
I mean, Serenity is able to get C because they have the left and the right side of C covered, and it will be difficult for Immortals now because they only began capturing D and they don't even have B. With Serenity getting A as well, Immortals would be under a cap of disadvantage, and they will really need to figure out their rotation a little bit soon here.
Well, absolutely. I mean, you can see already that the cap lead and the cap advantage have gone to Serenity, and that's exactly what they're needing on this map. They're going to now force Immor to make the moves. Immor have got to make the push at some point. I mean, the B cap is now nicely covered by Alpha Rito of Serenity. And this is what I'm saying about that aggressive strat into that cap that is pretty close to where you spawn. And so that's an important move by them. And that's where I expected the VK90 of Immor to be, to be honest with you. So at the moment, I would say Immor are slightly on the back foot. Map control sits with Serenity, but early days yet.
Yep, I mean, we are currently seeing Serenity with 2 caps, so that's 6 cap points per 2 seconds of increase. We are talking about around 100 seconds to go before Immortals absolutely needs to make a move, or maybe they can wait a little bit longer, but only just slightly more than 1 minute for them to devise a move. So can they do that? To be honest, that's actually quite some time, but I think the kind of the way that the hit points at the cap points are increasing will put a lot of pressure to Immortals, and it will depend whether they can.
Oh, they're making a move.
Yep. On to C. Can Serenity reset C? They are unspotted, however. I mean, Immortals tanks. Ooh, can they steal that? Let's see. Flytix in that 60 TP. Nope. C will be captured, and Serenity is going to capture B. Oh, Alvarito gets absolutely shredded by Strax. So it's kind of a the words are falling in line here, but anyway.
But then again, Pagula in the concept 1B stuck his nose around the corner much. He really smacked him. And now it all depends on what is Alfarita going to do over there on that B cap. I think, I mean, you're the wizard with the calculations. I don't know. Will Immor have the ability to catch up and overtake them on the points?
Oh, definitely will, because there is still quite a lot of time, and Serenity still has 300. Oh, well, I mean, the gap is within 100 caps now, so there, I mean, definitely will overtake. And I think we will see Shreks being taken out by Serenity. They've made a counter push already. This could be an important move.
Yeah, it's bringing in those light tanks of Days and Rubens there, and down go Shreks. And the B-cap has been taken at the same time. But over the other side of the map, Imor are making a big push.
Yep. How we can follow Kakalo at the moment. We are seeing Bigula being removed, and Sergio Ramos is now very low. Oh, a fire onto Kakalo now. Hit points are in favor of Serenity, and they also have the cap lead now.
Oh, and they do have the gun lead as well. Everything's going.
This aggression with Bauer now down to a one-shot potentially, and Alvarito big shot. That's actually Ruben Dias actually. Now killed by Kenyattsu, and Upo also dead. 3 versus 5, 6 now, and Serenity got the win with a kill onto social credit. Well done to Serenity and Immortals. Oof, I kind of missed what's going on exactly.
Wow, you're okay. I'm having, if it makes you feel any better, I'm having mouse difficulties for some strange unknown reason.
Right.
It's not hovering over when I go into top spectator mode, so I had to reload the game.
Yeah, I mean, there is always a risk of straying your team too much. I mean, Canal is one of the maps that kind of persuades you to kind of spread your team quite a lot, and Serenity capitalizes that really well. And I didn't really see that coming. That push onto northeastern corner actually threw Immortals off guard, because they have and they have the cap lead. All they need to do is just hold. But suddenly Serenity made that move there at quite an early time, not a time you would expect a push to come. And Immortals was trying to make a push elsewhere, but Serenity, they killed the Immortals forces there near B quickly enough, so that and then they also got the cap lead as well. So that means it was going to be really hard for Immortals in the end.
I thought it was well timed by Serenity. I mean, time to see they took the C cap, and that sort of sent the message over to Serenity that the B cap maybe not have as many tanks covering it, allowing those light tanks to move in there. So it was well-timed move by Serenity. They could have sent Alfarito in there at any time, and he would have got punished. So yeah, it was great. That was very cleverly played by both teams, to be honest with you. It's just that I think Serenity had the focus fire up and running a little bit better than Immor in that game.
Yep, I agree with you. Now Immortals taking quadruple i7, triple T100 LT over to Serenity with double T100 LT, an AMX50B, I believe, triple 60 TPs, and an i7. I memorized the lineup.
Triple T100 LTs, that's always an interesting call.
Yep, but we saw on Apex server early on that those T100 LTs can go straight into A. This time Immortals from the South spot. Will we see this strategy being used again? We'll find out now. Alright, so let me follow. Oh, actually all those T100 LTs are spawned on the other way. Oh, actually, they're not going for that strat onto A straight. That could throw Serenity off guard. Let me get the speed here. B will be captured by Serenity. Yeah, can they pull this off though? Because they have 4 IS-7s there, and those T100 LTs are still quite far from the battlefield. Shots into Sergio Ramos and also shows through credits. Can they do this? Can they make this rush work? Big shots to Fluffy Fish as well.
Well, they've got the cap advantage in Vukovic is very low here, and down he goes.
Yeah, it is, and already one tank down for Serenity, but the Hippos is still neck and neck, so Serenity should not despair yet. They should find a tank that's slow, and I think Kakalo could be the one, but Serenity is also somewhat spread out. 2 tanks near A, And Immortals are now trying to pull back now that they have the cap lead. Although they don't have a substantial hit point pool lead, but that one tank advantage could prove to be really important.
Well, totally. But what happened? I mean, what I liked here about Immor, they denied Serenity the B cap straight off the bat. They didn't bother with the C cap. They went straight to D and denied the B cap, which gives them the cap advantage. Not only that, they were able to close down for very little trade themselves a 60 TP, which is a big loss for Serenity.
True indeed, and I mean, Flytix tries to put a shot into Kakala, but Immortal sets up the positions well to farm that off. Now he receives an HG splash, and that meant Immortals now is drawing bigger the hit point pool advantage, and they are trying to catch C as well to extend their cap lead even more. Well, now Ruben Dias is spotted, tries to kind of go to an advanced position with C being captured. Pressure is on Serenity now. They're down by more than 1,000 hit points, and they really need to figure out the rotation. Can they work the magic out just like last time? I've lost you, Fujit.
No, I'm just seeing what is Serenity doing here. They've got to find a pinch point somewhere. I mean, Kakalo is the lowest HP out there, but they can't get to him, and they know that. And they're trying to get the B cap, but it's well covered by Immor. Immor at the moment have control over this. And I think Serenity, if you look at the way that they're moving their light tanks around, which is Magrals and Daze, they're trying to find a pinch point that they can get through. I mean, Daze has been over both sides of the map so far, looking for that opening, and they just can't find it. Immor have put themselves in a great position.
Yeah, I mean, they keep on bleeding now. Arthurito's down to one shot, and Daze could potentially put himself into trouble. Now, Strax is coming in to kind of do a 1 versus 1, but Daze has supports. This is going to be important, pretty much a last-ditch effort for Serenity, whether they can break through this flank. Arthurito is now out. And it's now even bigger advantage towards Immortals now. Kikala's still alive. I think Sergio Ramos is now trying to get him out of the match.
Absolutely. I mean, Daze here is pushing down onto Kenny Otsu then, chasing him around, but it's all over the middle area that it all matters and counts. Down goes Kakalo, but at the same time, Sergio Ramos down also.
True, the Ruben Dias is bleeding. It's taken out. It's now 6 versus 3. Flytix is pretty much hopeless at the back. Great shot to Upo though, but Immortals now with more than 900 cap points I don't think Serenity is able to do it, and I believe this is going to bring it to a 1-1.
Absolutely, that's the way it's looking here. Flytix, if he goes down here, it's pretty all over. Oh, maybe not. Yes, it is.
Yes. 1,000 cap points, and that is a lot more dominant performance by Immortals, and Serenity not as composed as the last match. This time they tried to kind of force an issue to on one flank, but they couldn't really seem to find a way. I mean, they tried to get Kakala off the match, but they hesitated because the crossfire from Immortals is brutal, and I think this is the reason why Immortals won, because they keep on chipping away the hit points of Serenity, making it a lot more difficult for them to rotate in the end. In the end, it looked very comfortable.
Yeah, I mean, that very aggressive push at the beginning was what sealed the deal for Immor there. They denied Serenity, firstly, the base, and then they got rid of one of their big guns, putting Serenity really on the back foot, and that's really what helped Immor there. They had full map control.
I agree with you, and we are now onto a different map, that is Middleburg. Yep, so this is going to be a different story, but it's still quite dependent on the cap points, so we could see once again two teams really figuring out how to optimize the caps to their own advantage.
Oh, totally. It's really interesting to see what strats they play on this one, as per always. Are they going to go C cap? Are they going to go the city? Are they going to do a mixture? always interesting to see. And as you know, if you're in a random game, everybody says, "Go to the C cap."
Yeah, that's just the random matches, but this is tournament. This is different. The A and B could be a crucial part of the strategy to kind of best the other team in terms of the cap points, and we do see teams getting hold of these two caps and even getting the other cap on the other side, and that brought them a lot of advantages. Once again, 5 cap points per 2 seconds increase on this map, so if they get all 3 caps, this can be really catastrophic for the other team.
Totally. And for some reason, my mouse is just not working. Every time it loads into the game, it disappears. I don't know why. Very strange.
Do you mean the cursor, or do you mean the general movement?
Everything. Can't move it at all. I'm having to use it via keys. It's very strange.
Oh, that is peculiar indeed. Immortals red team from the north spawn will be putting a lot of the tanks to the city side. Not something quite common, I would say, but I mean, we've been seeing this more and more now. Serenity also putting a lot of tanks into the city. You can see a big brawl ensuing in the city side, and Ruben Dias is actually the first one to take a lot of hits.
Yeah, that indeed. I mean, they've both gone for a city strat here. Mirage has gone up, though, looking to see if that C cap is available for Serenity. But Keniotsu is there. Now we have Alfarito pushing, trying to get dominant position in that corner.
Right. I mean, we can see from this perspective, oh, this is really aggressive position from Alvarito. Does he have support though? Because there is like 3 tanks in front of him. Potentially Social Credit is going to come round. And Alvarito is going to get pushed. I think they really need to provide support. Serenity needs to provide crossfire for Alvarito to make good use of that position.
Or not, as the case may be, as Alfarito goes down.
Yep.
And I'd expect, I'll be honest, I expected Serenity to push at the top there. With Flytix is now pushing, but I expected them to push when Alfarito was being pushed.
Yeah, but we... Sorry.
But they didn't, and now Immor's able to move from that Alpha attack and move their tanks up to support this flank.
Yeah, I'm now following Backroll Speed here. He has been a nuisance up there, and he's now looking for social credit, and there are lots of low hit point pool targets for Immortals, but it's 7 versus 5. They have the hit point pool lead, and Serenity needs to get the low hit point pool targets down as soon as possible. Matt Ross going to... Oh, it's a miss! Oh no. Hit points are really close.
Down now for Serenity. I mean, they've got to start taking these low hit point tanks down, as you said.
Yeah.
Now it's 3 against... Oh, no, they've got Pagula out. It can still be turned around if they can get Kakula out, sorry.
Yeah, it's all eyes on Sergio Ramos now. He's reloading, but the double I7s are really looking for Sergio Ramos. It's a miss! Or it's a bounce from Sergio Ramos. We're seeing Daze also down as well. Macro Speed is the last person standing.
Absolutely. And I mean, he can still take out Baowan and Keniotsu. He'll have trouble against the IS7 of UPO though.
Yeah,
it's a bit too healthy.
True, but I mean, Serenity. I thought, Alpha, that was quite an interesting move. I think this time they let Immortals to hit point pull share really well. I'm not sure if it's actually Immortals actually moved really well to put.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. Immortals got the third match, bringing it to a 2-1. But I'm not sure if it's actually Immortals moving really nicely so that they have the low hit point targets behind and the healthy targets in front, or is it that Serenity's focus fire did not come through really well here? What do you think?
Well, I think basically what happened there was Immor. I'm still trying to wonder what was happening with Alfarito there. I expected, as I said, the push to go at the top, and they didn't push, and that sort of allowed Alfarito to go down, but at the same time, it allowed Immor to then switch those heavies onto that flank, and they had the good advantage then. So I don't know if it was a communication error. I don't know, but it just didn't seem right, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
And I
I
think that was
agree.
the undoing there. I think what happened with the Alpha Rito scenario is basically the downfall of Serenity there.
Yeah, I agree. So we're back onto Middleburg, and are we going to see the same thing in the city, or are we going to see more fights on the hillside with the sea area? We'll find out soon. But Immortals will be taking triple 60 TPs, triple IS7, a mouse with Serenity quintuple 60 TPs and double IS7s. So pretty much no light tanks from both teams.
Yeah. I mean, maybe we're looking at another city strat and another brawl. I mean, at the moment, we've got Immor with the advantage 2-1 going into Middleburg. They're going to be feeling pretty cool about themselves. These are back-to-back victories as well.
Yep. But don't forget, Serenity were at 1.13 down yesterday against First Alliance. They can surely make a comeback. They have proven that before. They could do it again tonight if Immortals are not careful enough. Yes, VDG, you just have to write your name in the game in that unlisted video. So hopefully you got that instruction clear. And your server region, of course. So now Immortals this time going mostly to seaside with Serenity, doing similar strategy as last time, going mostly to the city side. But I'm a bit worried about this because the hillside will give a lot of terrain advantage, and I think Shreks will have a lot of responsibility in this area.
Yeah, I mean, Serenity are in no rush to get round. They do know Strix is there now. And now Immor will be fully aware that Serenity are basically pulling a city strat. They won't know about the tanks of Rubin and the other, I can't see who it is at the moment, actually. Over in the corner there. They won't know that, but they will know that majority of tanks are in the city.
Yep, and I think what Immortals need to do in this situation, they don't have the hit point cap lead, they have the hit point pool lead. They have to figure out how to coordinate potentially a 2-front push or even a 3-front push from the south and to the north. And this can be important because Middleburg has those long corridors, but those corridors are kind of visible from the south and to the north. So potentially what happens if you do a really good coordinated 2-front push is that either side will see the backside of Serenity. So that's the problem with holding Middleburg in the city side.
Totally. I mean, at the moment, Serenity have the cap points. They're just going to sit back because they now know that Immor has to either take a tank out or push down onto B.
Yep.
Simple as. And the way Serenity are lining up, they're anticipating a bit of both. You got Ruben and Vukovic over there looking at that flank. Day's just sitting so he can move either way, either to the flank or into the B cap area. Then we have the majority of the Serenity tanks looking to pounce if that B cap or anything comes down the middle route. Good positional play by Serenity, giving something Immor to think about here.
Right, I think potentially Immortals will make a big push onto Serenity over to the Serenity spawn, but only now 2 tanks are further advanced. So that was kind of a pack previously, but that push doesn't seem to materialize in the end. I think they were trying to get some more information into Serenity's position. But Serenity still has the cap lead. It's still Immortals that needs to make a move.
Yeah, and we're seeing some movement here from Immor. Fagula's coming around back towards the spawn. Baowan's already back into the spawn. Social credit is moving down. Takalo is just overlooking, but social credit in the mouse could be instrumental here as they move down. Oh, Baowan getting spotted.
Yupo as well. So this, I think Serenity will be expecting a 2-front push potentially by Immortals soon, and Serenity would need to be equipped to foresee that push coming from Immortals, and they're really looking closely at B as well.
Totally. I mean, they're probably gonna wait until the 800 mark, which isn't, or the 750 mark, which isn't that far away. And there we go. I mean, social credit in the mouse is making a move. He has been spotted, however.
Yep. And he's trying to go into B, or maybe not. Oh, big shot from Sergio Ramos into social credit. Oh, more than 1,200 hit points
And
taken.
this is exactly why Serenity parked those tanks there, just to do that. They'd probably be able to reset the B cap here, and then push onto. Oh, they didn't. They didn't get the reset.
Oh, they got it.
Oh, they did. They got it the last second.
Yeah.
And now Alvarito Day is able to push down onto social credit and probably take him out of the game here. There we go.
Yeah, but Immortals, I think, reacted a little bit slow here. They only just moved in to B, but big shots into Days. Days needs to move back. Oh, it's a bounce from Kanyotsu onto Days. Now, he's going to move back into safety, but we could see another maneuver happening near the middle side. Upo's a bit alone. He has to be really careful. Serenity might be going for him. This is to send it into Anarchy.
Yeah, this is a big brawl now. Days has got to stay alive. He's got 1 hit point. 1. And they're 960 points. And he's got 1 hit point. And look at the way Serenity is trying to protect Days. And they didn't do it. Back down to 930. Oof.
Kokal is now one shot,
down.
though. Yeah. But there are cap stops everywhere here. C is going to be captured by Rubidias. A will be captured by Immor. So Serenity, all they need to do to win is to get another kill and not to lose a tank. Can they do it? I don't know.
It all matters what goes around on this beat. Oh, they lost a tank.
Yep. And they killed Kanyotsu, and they need Stress out, and they did it. They got 1,000 capos. That was close. That was tantalizingly close. But, whew.
That really was. I don't know about you, but I'm getting quite a lot of loss at my end.
Oh, I mean, I'm lagging as well, but I don't think I'm getting any loss though. It's just pretty much very laggy games of FPS is dropping left, right, and center. But for me, I would say the mouse. I like the idea behind, but I'm a bit more surprised that Immortals didn't really kind of support that mouse while that mouse is getting taken out. Like, for example, I believe Alvarito in that 60TP was trying to come round from the left side. Immortals had nothing, really not a lot of shots onto that. I mean, those tanks only mobilized when the mouse is down, so I think there was some mistiming right there.
Yeah, no, I think much like what we saw in the last game when Alvarito was sort of left out and there wasn't a push. We've seen the sort of opposite in this game where the mouse went in, didn't really have the support behind him. So yeah, I don't know if the guys are sort of struggling as well with whatever lag or loss. I mean, I'm getting up to 60% loss.
Oh no.
To be honest with you. So, I don't know if they are, and because there's no chat, so we don't know, because the game chat has been disabled for the moment. So, I don't know if they're suffering from as well, and there could be some, something going on. I don't know, is the honest answer.
Yeah,
but it seems like there's a few communication errors somewhere.
Yeah. I mean, on my end, 3 Immortals team members are actually offline, so not sure if that's anything related. Both of the teams still have 7 players, so at least we're going to be seeing another great match here. Now on to Alpenstadt. Immortals double M60 amounts, a T100 LT, double ISM, and a Concept 1B with Serenity, quadruple 60 TPs, double I7s, and a T100 LT Interceptor.
Interesting lineups again. Wonder where they're going to send the mouse.
Probably middle. Most of the teams would opt for the middle area to pretty much, for example, capture B or just to reset B with that mouse. So I think he's going to go there, pretty much. And let's follow Macro Speed in that T100 LT. Would he get a lot of spots near A? Sort up social credits. Doesn't want to land a shot because that would reduce the camera rating by a lot.
It will, but he's been spotted anyway. ACAT will be taken in here by Immor. But
big
is
shots.
that going to be at the expense of the C cap? Because Serenity is going to be able to get that C cap and the B cap at the same time.
Yeah, but Upo gets double tapped, or it could have been a triple tap if not for Alvarito bouncing onto Upo. Now the hit points are in favor of Serenity, but they couldn't get B, but it's not going to be important. They have the cap lead, they got C more quickly than A. So it's going to be Immortals that needs to make a rotation here.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, they have got that lead. And that is vital because, as I said, it now puts the pressure on to Immort to make all the moves. And their big hunk of a mouse is lost almost half his hit points.
Yeah, I mean, there is also some kind of rotation here. Now, Alvarito and Sergio Ramos is overlooking their spawn. Ooh, big shot into social credit right there. And Macro Speed is going to go near C to spot if Immortals are going to push through their spawn. So Serenity is looking at both ends now.
Yeah, social credit has got to get out of that danger zone. He is just being farmed a little bit. And he is backing away as much as he can. And he's managed to get to safety. Looking at the rest of what Immor's doing, if you have a look over the other side, rotating back through their spawn with Keniotsu, the Yos of Bow1 and Shreks are just staying slightly out of sight, haul down. And the mouse is making a slight move. He's thinking about pushing in towards that B cap.
I mean, as you can see right here, Immortal's horizontal straight line pretty much has pushed a bit more forward to kind of exert more control over the map. And Serenity still holding really well. They have the hit point advantage and the cap point advantage. Although what Immortals potentially could do, because they have that bait of a hit point pool disadvantage, is that they could push at the very last minute, for example 900 cap points, and get that one kill to flip the cap points back into the favor and win that match. We saw that being done before. Will they do this?
Exactly. I mean, this game is close. It's by no means in the and it's by no means out of the control of Immor. I mean, there's only 5 points in it at the end of the day, and that's one base. Or it's you know, and here goes the mouse of Upu making that push towards B, but no, there's 260 TPs. He's seen both of them now, and he's backing away.
Actually, the 60 TPs tries to make a capture on B, but they caught Upu a little bit off guard, and that's why one of the 60 TPs was able to put a shot there. But Kakalo is actually, I don't know, maybe in trouble, but he has social credit there to support. We could see potentially Serenity making a push instead of Immortals, but that is probably going to be an ambitious one because they have the cap lead, they have a hit point pool lead. They need to be careful not to drop too many hit points to allow Immortals to to rotate a bit more comfortably.
That's right, and you can see here that Serenity are sort of trying to stack their tanks up in that B area with Vakovic, just making sure that the Yos aren't able to push through. Rubens is now coming to join Vakovic there. But Days, Sergio Ramos are able to push into that cap now, along with Flytix, and push down, try and get the B with all three of them in the cap. It's going to be difficult to reset, and there you go.
Yeah, well, Alvarito's playing carousel with those IS-7s, and Concept 1B tries to stay as long as they could. Meanwhile, Serenity make a push onto B. They need to take the tanks out with Alvarito buying time for them. This could go really well for Serenity. They got stretched out.
Yeah, and the mouse isn't going to last much longer. Ruben should be able to finish the mouse off here.
Yes, and that's enough. Serenity got the win. Well done to Serenity. I really love what they were trying to do here. And I like how they keep on pressuring Immortals, although it can be quite ambitious, and they actually put it off. And actually, huge props to Alvarito. There were like 3 tanks hunting down him, but he is playing around circles, and that wasted a lot of time of Immortals, allowing Serenity to actually push with a numerical advantage and took those low hit point pool targets of Immortals out. That was quite a genius move, in my opinion.
Totally, and more importantly, it's given Serenity match point.
Yep, and if they could win the next match, they are through to the grand final and will be at least securing the top 2 spot in the tournament.
absolutely. And as you said earlier, I mean, they down against First Alliance and then came back, and they've done exactly the same thing.
But they can't celebrate just yet. It's a best of 7.
Oh, absolutely not.
They need one more win, but Immortals need 2 more wins. But Immortals could do that if Serenity suddenly loses focus. And I'm seeing the chat here. Shadow Falca absolutely detests the meta in the town on Middleburg, so I kind of agree with you, because as I said, it's a bit easy to get pincered. But anyhow, I'm going to see if there are any more questions. The giveaway is still going on, so make sure you follow the giveaway instruction pinned in this YouTube chat. And I like how no one is making a lot of jokes on the chat to kind of...
No one always does. He's a big joker. Some of his jokes are absolutely fantastic, to be fair.
Yeah. So credit to that. Trying to ease the atmosphere a little bit. Right.
Yeah,
So
because what you don't know, no one, is I've got 250 ping, 40% package loss, and no mouse for some reason. Yeah, I've got 900. My internet is working perfectly.
Yeah.
Uploading and downloading it 900 megabytes a second.
Yeah, that's a bit fishy, but anyway. Let's look at Kaniotsu and the T100 LT. We'll be getting a lot of spots. This is actually a really interesting maneuver by Kaniotsu, knocking down lots of light posts, which I'm not sure if he's going to pay for knocking down these light posts to the City Council of Alpenstadt, but he will be getting B quickly.
Yeah, he will, and that's going to be important, because Serenity are not able to get any cap at the moment. They're now jumping into the A cap, but B cap has already been taken.
A little bit too late, but the focus from Serenity would be important. They will get lots of hit point point advantage.
Pagula jumping into C and getting punished for it, but he's going to be able to... The 260Ps that punished him are now backing away on their reload.
Right. But Immortals are paying a lot for their aggressive moves at the start, getting both B and C. Is it going to be a huge price? I mean, is it going to be worth it in the end? We will find out soon. But Serenity absolutely can stay calm now, because they have a good lead with the hit points. They just need to figure out how to rotate, but they don't have a lot of time. It's 10 cap points per 2 seconds of increase, so they have around 1 minute to figure out the way to do so.
Absolutely. And Kakala really taking a bloodied nose there. It's going to hurt him too much, but it's going to give him something to think about.
Yep, if Flammefish ready to land that shell. No, Kaniotsu is not spotted, so Kaniotsu will not be punished on the crossing. But Immortals are now stacking up near the spawn to prevent Serenity from pushing onto the spawn. Actually, it's Immortals. Maybe make a push, but maybe not.
Immor doesn't need to make a push here. They need to just chill out and make Serenity make the moves and punish them for those moves that they make.
I mean, they don't have a lot of time left. I mean, it's going to approach 800 cap points very soon, and Serenity needs to hurry up. It's not going to be enough to kill tanks. They need the caps.
Yeah, they do. They need both caps and they need to kill tanks, to be honest with you. There's almost 300 difference between them now. It's 250, so it's racking up very quickly. Yeah,
and Immortals have done a really great job in shortening the hit point pool deficit they have now. It's quite close. Big shot onto Shrex, and Serenity is marching into B. But can they get this cap, or will Bowen be able to reset? We'll find out soon. Big shot into Sergio Ramos, but
it's a reset.
Yeah.
But, is Ruben's biting off more than he can chew over that side.
This is getting really tanks, and Pigula could be taken down very soon. There is a lot of fights happening, and sneakily Social Credit's going to get A, and that can be very vital.
Totally. I mean, they lose a cap, but they've gained a cap, and they're 930 points. They're literally 70 points away from victory here.
Yeah,
and they're taking tanks out, and they're 10 points away from victory.
Yes, and I mean Serenity. I mean, only Immortals need to kill one more tank, and they are through to the next match. But it's an hour kill to Sergio Ramos, and they will get 1,000 cap points.
Anyway,
yeah, it's over. It was really close in the end.
We're going on to Hala.
Hellas, yes. So 2 tiebreakers already. I mean, APAC we got the tiebreaker, and on the EU server we also got a tiebreaker. That's a move that has paid off really well for Immortals despite losing quite a lot of hit points at the start. But Serenity unable to breach the defense of Immortals, meaning they find it really hard and they kind of hesitate a lot. And I mean, the fights were not bad at all. I mean, it was going up quite evenly, but I think the breaking point is when I think it was Bao Wan getting the A cap. That gave Immortals a lot of cushion with the cap points, and Serenity wasn't able to get all tanks up.
I'm just gonna go quiet for a minute. So
okay.
Don't despair. I'm just gonna try something.
All right, so so hopefully you'll be back soon, and we're now on to Hellas. It's going to be Serenity versus Immortals. Looking at the lineup here, we have Serenity. Hopefully my game won't crash. Quintuple 6 TPs, double I7s, Immortals going for potentially quadruple 6 TPs, or no, maybe not. Figula in the concept 1B, Kanyotsu VK 90.01p Strax, and the M60 Upu has some difficulties with deciding which tank to go for, and he will go for the T100 LT, and he goes offline. Which is not nice.
I went quiet there. I went quiet there because I'm sticking a VPN on to see if that's the issue,
right?
With the loss in the ping and the lack of mouse. So that's why I went offline for a little bit there, because I think there is some struggling in certain parts of the world with the game at the moment.
Probably so. But Bao Wan is going to take the IS7, who will qualify to the grand final for tomorrow, and who will join First Alliance, lower bracket first round. Lower bracket final. This is going to be the decider. Hellas, Immortals versus Serenity.
Going to be an interesting one. It's winner takes it all, gets through to that grand final, as you say.
And at least the top 2 spots and more monetary prizes. So that's a huge incentive. None of them would want to give up this opportunity.
Exactly. That's exactly right.
So Upo in the T100 LT would get the spots for Immortals, with Serenity going for no light tanks, and in a map like Hellas, that light tank could be really important.
It could, and I mean, Upu's in a great position there to spot a lot of things. He's backing away now after doing his job. He has spotted a couple of tanks, and now he's able to just pull away.
Yep, and Ruben Dias,
however, has been taken.
Yep, Ruben Dias got A and got them the cap lead. Kanyotsu will get B, and C will be highly contested by both teams, so I think there will be a lot of action going on there. And Immortals are now trying to stack up near C, and Days might be in a lot of trouble very soon if Immortals decides to push.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see where Serenity are stacking up at the moment, and they're not really stacking up in any one particular place as such. They've got wide coverage across the whole of the map, and Immor are making a push onto C. And if you have a look at the way Serenity have put their tanks, they put them over at the back, so they've got C covered, with Days doing the sort of spotting job, so to speak.
Yep. And looking at Days here, oh, there are some resets going on C. Can Immortals get this cap here? We have seen Days missing a shot, but Immortals will get C. The shots can't quite get into C, and Serenity needs to make a move soon. I mean, it's still quite the early stages of the match, and it's 5 cap points per 2 seconds of increase if you get 1 cap, so it's 10 cap points of increase for Immortals. There's still some time, but not a lot of time. Just about 1 minute for Serenity to make that move.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, that's an important cap, the C cap there, because now you've got here Kenny Otsu is overlooking the B cap. Rubens is tempted to try and steal it, but not just yet. They're probably going to wait till the 750 mark again.
Yep. And I mean, Serenity is also quite spread out at the moment, and that could be a problem. Oh, but we might see some action going on C.
Oh, absolutely. But there's going to be push and counter advantage over there.
Yep. A bit worried about Serenity. They are still a bit spread out, and I think Immortals are in position to get crossfire, and so potentially these 60 TPs tussling near C could be in some sort of trouble. Vlahovic is providing support now. Oh, big shot into social credit and Vlahovic.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now 800 cap points. Immortals have 800 cap points, and Serenity is looking to get a push, trying to get Bao off the way. Can they do it? There's also a tussle near B, and I'll follow that actually. Sergio Ramos, big shot into Kenny Otsu, and Ruben Diaz kills Kenny Otsu.
And Baowan could be going down here. Down he goes. That changes the dynamics of the game. Serenity now in the driving seat. They're looking to cap C and take out Pagula with an engine fire there. That's not what he wanted.
No. It's now down to a one-shot now, and hit points are in huge favor of Serenity. Certainly, they have got their focus fire really well, and Immortals are now crumbling, falling apart. And Strax now down to a one-shot. Ooh! Got to Ibrahimovic just in time, but himself got killed by Matrox. But I don't think that will change a lot of stuff.
Social Credit now is in a world of trouble. He's got too many Serenity tanks there.
Yeah.
And down he goes.
Yeah, but this is not the end yet, because Immortals have gotten A, and B is still hotly contested. We could see Ruben Diaz going down, and Serenity might not be able to win by caps.
What an important kill.
Yeah. I'm a bit worried. Serenity has no light tanks. Are they quick enough to get into one of these caps? Immortals just need to stay alive. I think they will overtake Serenity in terms of caps soon. Oh dear, oh dear.
This is closer than everybody thinks. I mean, they need... I mean, those 60 TPs aren't exactly quick. And Serenity just tentatively got the lead, but now they're going to lose it.
Yeah.
Now Immor have the lead.
Right. Gosh,
and
this is...
Immor are going to get it.
Yeah, oh my god, yes, they got it.
Wowzers. Unbelievable.
Oh my lord.
What a game. I mean, they only had 2 tanks left, but it was critical to take that cap, and then critical. I mean, don't get me wrong, Ruben Diaz played a fantastic game over there. He was on his own, and he had tanks to deal with, but him going down and them taking that cap was the deal breaker, to be fair. What a close fought game that was.
Wow, that is closer than I thought, and that goes on to show that T100 LT is so important in this game, because that tank is really quick. And I was wondering whether taking that many 60 TPs is worth a shot in such an open map, and it's kind of large as well. So they might have to reconsider whether they might have to drop some 60 TPs in favor of maybe an i7 or a T100 LT.
Potentially. But wow, what a game.
Yeah.
What a game.
Yep. That means Serenity will fight against First Alliance once again in the lower bracket final, and this is going to be another close one. But absolutely, Serenity didn't disappoint us tonight. They played really well. The last match, it was pretty much Immortals winning by caps, and that is enough to send them to grand final. Will be at least getting the top 2 spots on the EU server. Congratulations to Immortals.
Totally, but Serenity's not out of it yet. They're going to play tomorrow in the lower bracket against First Alliance, a team that they have beaten consistently. So it's not all over yet.
I mean, First Alliance lost to Serenity thrice on a tiebreaker. I think this could be the moment for them to make a comeback and actually knock them out, but I don't want to jinx them just yet.
Totally.
Yeah, but they absolutely need to be careful though. First Alliance is a team not to be underestimated.
No, they're not. I mean, they're a great team. Shown some spirit here. They've taken big scalps, as I said. They took out. They were the team that have been detrimental to the likes of Jones, ZGS, and Loka.
Mm-hmm. Very true indeed, and I mean, Crew was really happy about that win with the Caps. It was on the, I mean, it was on the edge of the seats. Really, it was won in a spectacular fashion. But I hope that won't frustrate Serenity. They still have another game to go, and I think we will announce the winner soon. Hopefully, we have more than 20 comments because we have 20 better passes to give away in collaboration with Fujit, obviously.
Me, hello.
Yes, so let me get you to comments, and how many comments are we getting? Okay, 38, so at least 38 unique comments, so at least there is half a chance, there is around 50% of the chance that you will get a battle pass. And I will check whether the name is a duplicate while we are doing that on the go. So let's let's begin the raffle then, shall we?
Totally. Crack on, my friend.
Right, so let me change the screen to this one. And really huge thanks to the chat. It was pretty civil tonight. Much better than I thought that it would have gone. Hopefully that will continue on to tomorrow's games. The chat will be hopefully still nice and something. And yeah. Let's begin with first. Actually, let me remove the replay tag because this is not a replay. So let's begin. The first winner is, okay, congratulations to Rogue Alchemist. You have won a battle pass. So let me just find the file and copy the name to here. And it should show whether there, I mean, from the formula I have, it should show that whether there is a duplicate or not. Just bear with me for a moment. Conditional formatting. Yes, it should be a unique winner. So congratulations, you got a battle pass. I will update the winners after the draw has finished. So let's draw the second one then. Congratulations to Oops, I queued you. You won a battle pass on the I think you're from the Apex server as well, so congratulations. Come on. And we will draw the third winner for tonight, which will be blah 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 blah. Game Zerka, congratulations here. You've won a battle pass. And let's draw the next one then. A fourth winner is Game Zerka again, so we have to draw it again. Congratulations to Morinka. I'm not sure if it's related to Morino in any way, but congratulations, you won a battle pass, used on the EU server. And let's go and draw the fifth winner here. The fifth winner is on the Ash. Congratulations. Let's see if you're a duplicate, which is, so unfortunately we have to draw again. I'm sorry about that. You have already won a battle pass, so I will give the battle pass to someone else here. So let's continue to draw. It will be, oops, I killed you again. No, so let's draw again. It will be Yolon Solo. Congratulations, you've won a battle pass.
Well done.
Well done. Let's draw the sixth winner now. It will be 09876B. Congratulations, you've won a battle pass. let's go through to the next one then. The 7th winner is Bieniek on the EU server. Congratulations, you won the battle pass. Okay, so we are now on to the 8th winner now. The 8th winner will be Eurolon Solo again, which we have to pick another winner. It's Strike. Let's see if you're a duplicate. Unfortunately, you're a duplicate, so you already got the battle pass. I will give it to someone else now. So let's draw again. Sting, you actually got a battle pass, so I have to give it to someone else. Sorry. There are so many people that are here that have won a battle pass, so let's draw again. Shall we? It's on the edge again. Oh well. This is really not going as expected. All right, so I will draw two. I will draw 3 more winners, and we will open the comments once again so that you can still put in your in-game name and username, and we will kind of talk about what to expect soon. I keep on getting the same winners. Oh, finally a unique winner. It's Real XD on the Apex server. Congratulations, you won a battle pass. Alright, next we have... Okay, the 9th winner is... SNTY. Congratulations, you've won a battle pass. Okay, then the 10th winner now will be... Imagine Mellow. Hopefully I got your pronunciation right. You got a battle pass. Congratulations. Unfortunately, you're a duplicate. You have won a battle pass previously, so I'm going to give it to someone else now. Okay, congratulations to Lux Gabriel. Congratulations, you've won a battle pass. And that's it. 10 winners and 10 more winners will be drawn. This will still we're still accepting entries for the giveaway. So let's go back and discuss about what happened. Back to you, Bridget.
Wow, I mean, I don't know what to say here, really. I mean, Immol, they've impressed me, to be honest with you. It's the first time I've seen them. First time I've seen them in this tournament, but they have been incredibly impressive. I mean, that last game, it could have gone either way, and they held their nerve. And I think had Serenity had a light tank, would it have made a difference? Because the light tank may have been taken out earlier. But wow, unbelievable! It was a great game by both. And I said it's going to be a fault, and it really was. I mean, we'd taken it to a tiebreaker. That can only say it's hard fought. And I think both teams, I think both teams did all they could. There was a little bit of sort of weirdness going on Middleburg and places like that. But you know, all I can say is congratulations to Immol and commiserations to Serenity. But as I said, Serenity are not out. They've got that second bite tomorrow.
Yeah, it will be interesting. First Alliance, they know. I think they will be watching the stream, looking at the weakness of Serenity. Obviously, there are a couple of issues that have arisen on the Serenity's side, but that's not going to say that Serenity would not improve on that for tomorrow. But they really need to be careful because First Alliance once again, their skill and their ability to push with no hesitation at all, except for some matches, but most of the matches they can get their pushes right, and this is their most lethal thing.
Yeah, totally. I mean, tomorrow is going to be interesting. That lower bracket final. That lower bracket final is going to be very interesting. So I'm looking forward to that in that lower bracket final, to be honest with you. And again, it's a must win for both teams, because whoever wins that gets into that spot in the grand final. Immor already there, as you said earlier. They've already secured some of the prize money for guaranteed second place at least, but they'll be having their eye on the main prize, no doubt.
Yeah, I mean, the kind of the prize pool, it's enticing to say the least. So they absolutely want to do their absolute best to get more monetary prizes from wargaming. Yeah, I would expect once again really close games tomorrow. And as well really exciting ones, really exhilarating ones, and the ones that are nail biting as well. I mean, both teams are capable of doing that. And we are in for a great final. And well, I have to remind you again, all these three teams haven't won the EU server before. So this is so either way, we're going to make history tomorrow.
Absolutely. It's gonna be interesting and cool, man. It really is.
Yep. So I mean, looking at this, let's actually talk more about the tournament itself, like kind of a review. We are almost approaching to the end of the Money Blast tournament. How do you find the entire format or the organization?
Well, I mean, a lot of people have complained about it. I've not been one of those. I actually think this has been an interesting format. And the reason I say that is because if we look at a standard season, we have this long period of prove your skill. We have the debacle over cups. We have second teams able to sort of booster the main team if the main team goes down. We don't have any of that in this tour. There's no cups. It is literally purely performance based. And it's been brutal. It has been a brutal tour. And the thing is, it's been one of those tours where you really cannot rely on we've got time to improve. We've got time to get the cups. We've got the other team to help us out. You really have to stand on your own 2 feet, toe to toe with everybody, and it's shown, I think, some merit. Absolutely, some merit.
Yep. I'm seeing on the chat that someone
I just lost my headset. Hang on.
It doesn't matter. I'm talking about the giveaway. I'm aware someone said someone used 2 accounts to participate as "Oops, I killed you."
I'm back. I lost my headset for a while.
Right.
I don't know why I lost my headset. It just went weird. So yeah, that's what I like.
Yeah.
And that's what I liked about this one. I thought it was I thought it was a welcome change. But a lot of people have complained. A lot of people have complained. But as I said, it's based on performance.
Right.
If you perform, if you win, if you perform well enough and you're able to turn over your opponent, you progress. That's never a bad thing. And it's been double elimination, so it's not like you haven't had 2 bites at that cherry, because you've had 2 bites. The most brutal part was day 2 of the very first group stage, where you had to win. You had to come first, and that was really brutal. But aside from that, it's been like top 2 are going through every time. You've got double elimination, and I think it's been nice. And we've had an entire tournament in the same time that we would normally just do prove your skill.
Yeah. I really like how how less compact the season, the tournament is. Previously, I think, especially for summer and autumn season, there are weeks where there are 6 days of tournament matches, and that wears out a lot of teams. And then you have those long and grueling Prudo skill, which lasts for like a month. I'm really glad now the Money Blaster Open is pretty much like 3 match days per week, and then you go
Mhm.
directly to 1 week of weekdays playing tournaments. And I like that tournament, like this kind of scheduling more here, because the teams the teams are allowed to kind of rest their teammates and use maybe these kind of vacant days to train with their opponents and kind of build their team with more. Because I also heard like some of the top teams there, they only use a previous skill for training and they didn't really have time to do additional training. So I believe,
Well,
yeah,
there's some truth in that. I mean, if we
Yeah.
look at the last season, which was autumn, I think it was autumn. Endgame, for example, completely boycotted one of the previous skills. I think it was previous skill number 2. They didn't turn up. Or was that summer season? I can't remember. It was one of the seasons. And yet they still came out top.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so there's a lot to be said about the previous skills, insofar as some of the top clans can literally sail through, because you know you've got to get through the idea. Realistically, you've got to get into that second day on previous skill, and with the seeding that we have, which is strongest to weakest, the chances, if you are a very strong team, of having weaker opponents in the previous skill on day 1 are incredibly high, and you'll generally coast through into day 2. And in day 2, we're still on strongest to weakest. So the chances of you getting into the final on day 2, don't get me wrong, I was in the second team of Vale. We got through every single to day 2, every single time with no training. And we never won any of day 2, but we actually came second in quite a few of them, to be honest.
Yeah.
We blew 1 previous skill, but we still came top 16, and that was our second team. So if you're a first team, the chance of getting into that top 8 for that pro tour on the previous skill is a lot easier than this tournament has been, and we've seen that. Well, I mean, we lost some big teams early doors in the group stage. We lost Raid, for example, in the group stage. We lost A1N1 in the group stage. So it has been brutal in that respect. But I don't mind that, because it's a tournament, and it's all about performance on the day.
I agree with you totally on that. And on that note, let's see, we have more comments this time. Yes, we got 4 more comments. Hopefully, we have a better chance of getting the winners here. So let's switch. I forgot to switch. So I already drew a winner behind the scenes, but this is by no means rigging. So congratulations to Tembo Use on the EU server. You will get a battle pass, but you have gotten a battle pass before, so unfortunately I have to draw another winner. And Growbar, congratulations, you will get a battle pass, and this is a unique winner. So yes, we are on to the 12th with a 12th winner here now. Right. Morinka again, so we will have to draw another winner here. And that will be Fluffy Trophy. Congratulations, you've won a battle pass on the EU server. So congratulations there. Next we have On the Edge again. You have won. You have been drawn by this comment picker for a lot of times, but we should have another unique winner here. So 6 Paths of Pain, congratulations, you have won a battle pass. So we are now on to 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, the 14th winner here now. So the 14th winner is David Blonde. Congratulations, you've won a battle pass and you're a unique winner, so congratulations here. The 15th winner is Light Totem. Congratulations, you've won a battle pass. So now that brings it to 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, the 16th winner now. The 16th winner will be Finnish Symphony. Congratulations, you've won a battle pass. Now we're on to the 17th winner. You will be receiving the March battle pass, not the February battle pass. So you will get your battle pass in March, at the start of March, and the next winner is this person. Congratulations, you've won a battle pass, and it's a unique winner. So congratulations here. So we're now on to 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18th. The 18th winner would be Funky person. It's a funky person, so congratulations, you've won a battle pass. So 2 more go. Who will be the final 2 now? It's again 6 parts of pain, so we're gonna draw it again. Imagine you've been drawn previously already. Oh, so the next winner is Welcome, Bro. Congratulations, you've won the battle pass, and the final winner is if it stops, then this is the final one. Let's see if you're a duplicate winner or not. You're not. We have our final winner here. Yay! Chiapo the Penguin, congratulations. You've won the battle pass, and we have got all 20 winners here. Now I can show you on the screen very soon. Please let me know if your name is mistyped or spelled incorrectly. Then if you don't inform me about this, there's a chance you might not get that battle pass. So make sure you double check your IGN on the screen here. Make sure it's correct. If it's incorrect, please let me know ASAP. And here are all the winners for the battle pass. There will be 12 more to give away tomorrow. The reason why there are like 2 more passes is because there are 2 duplicate entries and I have to remove them. So tomorrow there will be 12 battle passes, the very last chance for you to get the battle passes, and this is going to be the end of our stream. Thank you very much, and thank you to Fidget for joining my stream once again.
Oh, thank you. Fantastic.
Yeah, for the co-commentary, and it has been a fantastic night here. Immortals and Serenity both looking very strong. So First Alliance as well. Tomorrow we are up for amazing matches.
Totally.
Yeah. So for now, I will have to say goodbye, and I will see you again tomorrow on the Apex server. So goodbye and